Whoa, we're back with some Bleach Soul Resonance. I'm just going to be doing a few things today. I mean, this is essentially going to be the last video until we actually, like, get into summoning for SOI FON. So this is one of those videos where I'm going to talk about a bunch of things at once, impressions of the game, how I think the game is doing, things I want to go see moving forward, maybe during the SOI FON celebration, expectations in that direction, and of course the upcoming half anniversary. So if you're only here for like the SOI FON section, this is just going to be it really quickly. I just want to take a look at this ultimate, the shared ultimate that her and Yoruichi have together. I assume this is a part of the combo attack they were speaking of. I could imagine a world where Yoruichi has her own version of this, but we'll have to wait and see ultimately. So let us just take a look here and I'll go. So they pull out that thing and they fire the ultimates together. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And you can see as we pause, there is an orange like glow around them in the same way we see this with. But the thing is, don't both Aizen and Nellels, don't they both turn purple? Like that's sort of the counterattack state swap, right? So is there going to be something specific that we don't know about with SOI FON? One thing I could see is, and I was talking about this on Twitter, is that instead of Yoruichi being buffed to have ailment outright, what if SOI FON transfers an amount of ailment based damage to the person swapping in? Is that possible? Like the attack, sort of like Heineko's Blessing, where it's sort of this like attack that's from Rangiku but not really. What if this is like an ailment based counterattack where it sort of gives that property to the character? We can see that animation is very good, by the way. We'll move on here. We're not going to talk about this for like 8 minutes. So here we've got some art leaks, which are going to involve not only SOI FON, but some bonds. Actually, I was suspecting that maybe she wouldn't get a bond. It really is unfortunate that we haven't gotten another presentation for SOI FON because she's coming out so soon. The fact that we got one from Mayuri and we're not getting one for SOI FON, who I think SOI FON is like very obviously a more hyped character than Mayuri, even though I love Mayuri. I love him. I think if I was being honest with myself, he's probably a more hyped character, right? But flatly, I would say these look really good. As we go over here, this looks really, really good. I love the look of this. It's great. Yeah, we're gonna be using that for the thumbnail, I think. And here's the bond I was talking about. Okay, so we have a bond here. I didn't think this would be happening. Hopefully this bond is pretty fast to get. Let's actually go in game really quickly. Switching game. The two bonds. Can I remember any of them being like a pain? Oops, being a pain. This. Yeah, this did take a bit to get right for the points. Yeah, I could see it taking a little bit of time. One thing we are getting is an adventure stage, I believe. We're getting some more of this. So if you haven't been able to clear this, I would try to get this done as best as possible, as best as you can. Even if you don't 3-star it. I have only 3-starred it very recently, by the way. Maybe it'll be tied to that. But yeah, I do remember this taking a little bit, but both sides were very good, so it wasn't that big of a deal. We can go back then to this. So yeah, there's that. Crit rate. Oh my god, if this gave crit rate, it'd be so peak. Crit rate, please. We have so many crit damage supports and stuff. Give one crit rate support, I beg of you. My soul is yours. Here you've also got Grimmjow. Grimmjow looks really great, right? Looking at him, yeah, he looks awesome. I think his proportions look good. The musculature on his back and stuff look good. Face looks good. It looks great. Like, I've always said that I'm not like the biggest Grimmjow fan. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, Grimmjow, my peak, my goat. I actually prefer Ulquieta if we're talking about the two. Actually, okay. So here's my like tier list, fast tier list. My favorite Arrancar is Coyote Stark. I think he is the coolest Espada by far. Then it would probably be Ulquieta for me. Then it would probably be Grimmjow, right? That's just me. And then like, actually I would say Grimmjow, Harabel, like either one you want to go with. Hit Grimmjow, Harabel, either one. Like I like both. Are there any other Espada that I'm like, whoa, these are awesome? Not in my head, not on the top of my head. So that's just me personally. But I am hyped for Grimmjow. I mean, like, I'm gonna say it every single time it gets brought up when I talk about, like, oh, I like this character more than this character in Bleach. Every character in Bleach is so cool. I think Tite Kubo does a great job of just designing cool characters. He's like, of the big three, which I say big three is in that period of time, not like, oh, the greatest shonen that have ever existed, they're the only ones that exist. I mean, of the big three, which is the denomination for Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, in that range, the ones who helped shonen during that range, I do think that consistently Tite Kubo has the best, like the most like consistent design work. Obviously there are characters in all three that I really like, but I think in terms of like, you will see a character in this shonen and you will go, that character looks cool. I think Tite Kubo was the best at like, this thing just looks cool, you know what I mean? Like there. And then we've got like, that looks like a boss, right? That doesn't look like a character. Like the art. Let me just take a look at her. Yeah, it's not, I feel like that shading is wrong for a character. That shading feels right for a boss. Huh. That's interesting. And then of course we got Zazalapero here, who looks great. Oh my god, he looks, yeah, look at, compare the shading, right? This looks like a boss visual, and this looks like a character. Let's go back into BSR real quickly. So as we go here, and I assume maybe this is going to be another full release. When I click here, yeah, you see that shading sort of like dither on the end. Looks more like a boss to me. More like a boss to me. So I assume that's what that will be. And then of course, like I said, Zalapero is a character. He looks like a character. So that'll probably confirm for sure our last Espada. And I'm actually going to type in, I'm going to type Espada into Google on the other monitor really quickly, because I'm just curious. Am I missing any Espada that I'm like, oh, actually this one's so peak? I remember really like Baragon. Baragon is so cool looking. Oh, Noitara. Oh, I'm not going to lie, actually. If I'm allowed to be problematic, because I'm sure this is like nonsense to people, I do like Noitara a little more than I like Harabel and Grimmjow. That's just me though. That is just only me though. Do not think I'm saying those characters are just flatly better than them. But let's get into the next thing. So my last little bit of information, of course, will just be that I am at 14,000 Jade now, 17 tickets. This will be the final, oh, eight weapon tickets as well, and then some standard tickets. This will be the final roundup of my profits for this celebration, this event. A pretty good amount of service, like more than serviceable. I feel like we got a lot. One thing that remember to do is come in here, and I believe these just reset. Yeah, 29 days. So if you aren't picking these up, make sure you pick these up. These are very valuable to just make sure you're on top of. We also got some challenge rewards here, some bits here, and bobs. Oh, we bought out them stamp nexuses. 1 second. We bought out those stamp nexuses, the most valuable thing in the game. 54 of them things. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need those for her. On top of that, we do have 900 imaginary fragment advanced slots. The only thing we have been doing, and I've gotten some pieces that have been cool, is farming world conquests. I got, this one looked crazy. If I ever get to a position where I get dupes in the sky, I get weapon stamp in the sky, I would love to use that piece. That piece looks great. Does he use ult charge on his third? He has to, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that piece looks fucking absurd. So I'll probably be switching him onto that rather than attack. So we'll go ahead and do that now, actually, in front of the cam. This is one of the best single pieces I've gotten in terms of just like raw stats, in terms of like not leveling it up yet or anything. So that's been cool. Other than that, we've been working on Yoruichi time and time again. Yoruichi does not want to come home though. So we got this piece, which is just okay. We got this piece, which is just okay. I have been grinding and pulling for the characters like pieces, or not pulling, but you know, working on this character's gear for a long time. I feel I'm holding on to these crit damage pieces because not only are the stats really good, not this one, actually, we're gonna untick that one, but this one right here, the stats on this one are really good, especially if I don't hit the HP. But if she is a character who provides crit rate to herself, especially the more weapon stamps you get, so up to 32%, right? So she provides a level 30 crit rate piece to herself, right? So if I take 20% away, so let's say I take 27% away, she goes down to 17%, then I add 32% from her weapon, and she goes up to like 49% of them, 50%. It means that like I already have sort of like a pretty good model of how like much she'll be critting. So I don't know, maybe I'll switch to a crit damage piece. It feels better to have a crit rate piece, but I just have not gotten anything. A lot of my gear for Yoruichi has just been scraps from early times, like the earliest parts of the game. This piece is really good. I did plus 30 this a while ago, so that is one piece. But yeah, this, once I'm done gearing SOI FON, I'll probably come back for Yoruichi. I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, we are getting that third Yoruichi spot. I don't know if anyone could confirm this. She increases her lightning seal stacks to level 8, right? Is this a maximum of 8? So each stack of lightning increases Yoruichi's crit rate by an extra 8%, up to 32%. Each stack, though, does that take into account that her lightning seal, because it stacks up to 4, which is 8, 16, 24, 32. So that means that it just ends at 4, right? So the only thing lightning stacks are giving is the strike damage then. That has to be right. That has to be right. So maximum she can get 32%. Okay. But yeah, that all this is to say is though, is that we're getting an extra one here, which is gonna be great. And yeah, I'm super excited for Yoruichi to be buffed and super playable. If I had one wish, it would probably be that her just bump her crit rate up and up and up, and give her damage. Her multipliers aren't that high. Yeah, 988% here. I mean, she gets attack percent increase, not really anything. Counter, give her like 2,000, dude. Just give her a 2,000 counter, 100%. What does this guy have? 800. It's not that too much. About this guy, 1,200. Okay, Yoruichi's got a crazy counter amount actually. 1,400. Okay, give her 2,000. Who cares? Just give her 2,000. Who gives a shit? Wow, she actually has a super high counter stat. Maybe I'm capping, dude. I don't. You know what? No, I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't care. Give her 2,000. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna stop ranting. But yeah, we are ready for SOI FON. If the next video is delayed, it's because I'm probably just gonna wait for SOI FON to come out. Probably not gonna waste any more time just being like, hey guys, stalling. You know, we've got one more day left. So the next video will be a summoning video. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the club. We all go make it, and peace.